Hi, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Teresa. I wanted to come on and do a video. I was going to do a post, but decided this would be easier and would put me out of my comfort zone, which is definitely my goal of things to start doing. The reason I wanted to come on and do a chat is that, firstly, during my classes and when I'm talking to clients, there's this real lack of motivation from people at the moment. People are finding it really, really tough to get the energy and to get themselves to a class or to exercise in general. It doesn't need to be in a class. Some of the people I've spoken to are not local to me, and they work out at home, or they usually work out on their own. And I've been feeling this myself too, in that I go and teach my classes, so I've gotten a bit of an advantage. I'm getting some workout in, but my own workouts outside of that have really suffered recently. And I think partly it's dark. It's dark in the mornings when we get up. It's cold. We just want to stay inside in the warm and keep wrapped up. Life is really, really busy at the moment. If you've got kids, if you haven't got kids, Christmas is still busy. But if you've got kids, there's everything. There's nativity plays, there's school fairs, there's Christmas jumper days, there's this, there's that. The kids are hyperactive, everyone's kind of manic, and there's just so much to do. And therefore exercise kind of isn't high up on that priority list. You're just trying to keep afloat and get things going. But what I wanted to do was to come on and just give you my sort of top tips of how to keep some of that motivation going, or to re-get that motivation back if you've lost it. My first tip, and this is based on me yesterday, I try and run 3 times a week, and that's just not been happening. I go out every Saturday with a friend, and that happens because I've arranged and I've met up with someone else. But I haven't been running in between, and so yesterday I decided that needed to change. We've got a race coming up on New Year's Eve. So I got up and I put my workout clothes on, and that is my first tip. Get up with the intention that you are going to work out at some point during the day. Get up and put your workout clothes on straight away. Once you've got dressed into other clothes, it's so much harder than to motivate yourself, especially when it's cold, to go and get changed out of those and into your workout stuff. So when you get up in the morning, put on your workout clothes. So that's my first tip. My second tip is to commit to doing something for 10 minutes. So you don't have to commit to trying to find an hour to try and squash this time in. Commit to 10 minutes. I can pretty much guarantee that the majority of you, once you've started and you've done 10 minutes, if you're anything like me, and I think lots of people are in this position, you will do more than 10 minutes. But if you don't do more than 10 minutes, you've still done 10 minutes, and that's not only beneficial for your physical health, but also your mental health. Just to have done that and to get you all the endorphins going, and just also that buzz, I think, if you're like me, that I feel a real buzz going, I've done my exercise, I feel really good. There's that motivation to have the whole day ahead. I tend to try and exercise in the morning for that reason. Number 3, ask yourself, will I regret skipping this session? Be honest. Are you going to regret later on in the day not having done your workout, not having gone to your class? If the answer is yes, easy, go do it. Not so easy, but it'll help you on that step. If you're not going to regret it, ask yourself why. Do you actually just genuinely need a proper rest? We all need time out, and it's really important we listen to our bodies. But we need to listen and actually make sure we're doing it because we need to have a rest, and not just because life is on top of us and we're just exhausted and we just can't be bothered. Also, ask yourself, if your answer is that you're not going to regret it, why aren't you going to regret it? Do you not enjoy the class or the session or what you're doing? And if that's the case, that brings me on to my next step, which is number 4, is just to find something you love. Find something that's fun. That is going to be different for everybody. Try out classes. In the area that I live now, that I teach some classes, but there's also so many different classes going on. So go find one. A lot of instructors will offer you a free class for your first one, or at least a discounted price. So go out there and try as many as possible and find that class that you love. It's much easier to motivate yourself to go to something that you really enjoy doing and that makes you feel good. Step 5, regular time. Schedule your classes, schedule your workouts into your diary like you would everything else. Write it in. Make it regular. Work out at the same times. You don't have to, but it's a really good way of motivating yourself. If you know that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're going to get up and go to a class, or you're going to get up and do a DVD, or you're going to go out for a run, or you're going to put some music on and dance around. Make those non-negotiable. My final tip is to exercise with a friend. Find somebody to exercise with. My 3 runs a week have gone down to 1 run a week, but that 1 run a week has continued, and the only reason it has continued is because I'm meeting up with a friend. So if I decide not to go, not only am I letting myself down, but I'm letting her down. I'm also missing out on that connection time. We don't see each other that often to catch up, but when we go out for a run, we can chat and we can talk and we can catch up on what's going on in our lives. So they're my sort of 6 top tips. But before I finish, and thank you if you've managed to bear with me on my little video post, I really want you to try and focus on prioritising you. Make yourself a priority, particularly when life is busy. So if you're missing classes, and I am guilty of having done that for the last 2-3 weeks, of missing the bar class that I've just got back from. I had legitimate reasons. I needed to work and I had a poorly child. But ask yourself, really, do you prioritise you? That time, that hour in the week is my hour for me. We don't get much time for ourselves, and it's really important that you get that, especially, even more so when life is busy and there's this crazy Christmas build-up. Having that hour to yourself, you will find you're far more productive. You're probably less stressed. I certainly find that if I haven't done my exercise, haven't been to my classes, not only does my body feel it, but my brain feels it, and then I'm far grumpier with my children, which they'll let you know. That hour to yourself is so important. Sorry, the light's funny coming in. Prioritise it. Make it non-negotiable. Write it down in your diary, like I said. And unless you have no choice, poorly children, can't get a sitter, you go to that class. You do your exercise. It can be at home. It doesn't have to be going out to a class, but make you a priority and make that your priority time. If I haven't terrified you, lectured you enough, I hope some of those tips will be helpful for some of you. And happy Christmas!